Thank God for the record books. Without them, the recollection of who stood atop the podium will soon get lost in the memories created under the bright stadium lights. But the human interaction had between a fan and rider, that's what really matters. That can stand the test of time and embed that memory into the mind of another for what may be a lifetime to come.
I think I want my legacy to be somebody who got a hold of the spotlight that didn't have to win races. I make sure to make a point to take care of each and every one of my fans, because you never know whose life you're gonna change, and you never know who you're gonna make, a professional supercrosser. And not only can you change somebody's life, but dude, without them, I wouldn't have a career. I mean, that's how I made my life, is having fun, ripping on a dirt bike, and taking care of the people that care about me.
One last breath of life from my chest. Take my soul, my heart, it don't rest. Tell me where I'll be when this ends. Please don't lie to me, don't pretend. Don't pretend you know who I am. One last breath of life from my chest. Numb to it all, so what's next? I won't let go, my dreams till I'm dead. One last breath of life from my chest. Take my soul, my heart, it don't rest. Tell me where I'll be when this ends. Please don't lie to me, don't pretend. Don't pretend you know who I am. One last breath of life from my chest. Numb to it all, so what's next? I won't let go, my dreams till I'm dead. By myself with my head, running from the things they said. I won't give in, I stay ahead, 'cause the life I make is the life I get.
It's funny because I'd say it's about 5 months ago, and it took me my whole life to think about it. And it's like 0.001% of people that get to experience like flying through the air on a 200-pound dirt bike. There's nothing else like that in the world, right? And what it does to me is, like, when I can crank one off the triple, dude, it's like unbelievable. It puts a smile on my face ear to ear, and it just makes you want to say, woo! You know what I mean? Like, every time. And there's something about cranking the shit out of a dirt bike that can just take unhappiness, a bad lunch, a bad drive, whatever you want to call it, dude, it's gone as soon as that happens. And that's what I love about dirt bikes, and I think that's what we all love about dirt bikes, is as soon as we get on a bike, you are not in reality, you're on your dirt bike. There is absolutely nothing else you're thinking about in the world. There's not a place you'd rather be. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing that you can do to replicate what happens on a dirt bike.
The things that I dream are all that I am. I'm driving like a beam, I go as fast as I can. 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 One last breath of life in my chest. Take my soul, my heart, it don't rest. Tell me where I'll be when this ends. Please don't lie to me, don't pretend. Don't pretend you know who I I'm dead.
I've always had an ear for music ever since I was a little kid, and what music does to me is very similar to what riding a dirt bike does, and it just takes me away. I wouldn't be where I'm at without music. I don't know if it's lengthened my riding career. I mean, yeah, I guess it has, because I've made so much money off of my music that I don't know if I would have been able to do what I've done on my dirt bike without having that money from the music. Because like, if I didn't have the money that I made from my music, I wouldn't be able to spend the time that I get to on my dirt bike and the quality of time. I think one of the biggest things that people don't understand about, being a professional in Supercross is how much of a routine and how much time and effort it takes to make a space in your life to be able to improve. Because like, there was a point where like, I literally stopped and was like, why am I risking my life? And I can't even make enough money to do what I need to do every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving in like a little tiny Ford Ranger, and I'm jumping from house to house. I barely can figure out life. We're making track entry fees daily, but like my TuneCore would just fill up with money every month, and I didn't do anything. It's like riding a dirt bike was so hard to do. And then making music, it was just like collecting more and more and more each month, and you're like, do I want to get hurt anymore? But the problem with that was music was always cool to me, but it was never as cool as riding my dirt bike.
But I'm always coming back around. I'm always coming back around. Yeah, I'm always coming back around. I'm always coming back around. Yeah, I'm always coming back around. I'm always coming back around. Yeah, I'm always coming back around. I'm always coming back around. Yeah, I'm always coming back around. Done a few things wrong, but I've done some right. I learn a little bit every time I try. It's okay if it ain't alright.
When I went to a Supercross race, I met Jeremy McGrath, and Jeremy was the one who really, I think, flipped a switch in my brain and made me think that I was going to be a professional Supercross racer when I grew up. I seen him and I said, that's what I want to do. And I met him and he said, what's up? And he was like the coolest dude on the track. He was the coolest dude in the pits. And I've taken that to heart, and I make sure that each and every fan that I see, I act like I'm human. I give them, a part of my day. I give them time, and I make them feel like, this is sick. It's not horrible to be a professional Supercross racer. It's actually like the coolest thing in the world. This dude's having a good time. He's living his best life, and he's having fun. And I think that's important to everybody, because I think we lose sight of how blessed we are and how fortunate we are to ride dirt bikes for a living.
Roll back home. Roll back home. Roll back home. I'm always coming back around. I'm always coming back around. I'm always coming back around.
It's unbelievable. When you see that kid walk away and he's yelling 7 deuce deuce, and then 30 minutes later you see him screaming 7 deuce deuce and your song over the side as you're going through the tunnel. I mean, there's nothing like that. And dude, I get Instagram messages all day long that say, Adam, I just want to say thank you so much for keeping your spirits up and just having a good time. I've been going through depression, I've been going through this, I've been going through a broken leg, whatever it might be. They just say thank you so much for, how upbeat you are. And it's just unbelievable that I can that I have the power to take somebody from that place and bring them to a happier place that can, you know, change their life in the future. It's unbelievable.
Sorry. This thing just got hammered, but it's okay.
I got to live it up, live it down. Word travels real fast in a small town. Made a couple wrong turns, too many to count. But I always come back around. Took a couple detours, got stuck on some twice.
I think I've done better than just making it, for sure. I wish I was doing better, but I think that if you don't think that, you know, you're probably not trying to do anything. I mean, I have a ride with HEP Suzuki. You know, I don't pay for any of my stuff. I get paid to ride a dirt bike. I mean, I think that's pretty much making it, you know? And I have a studio like this, and I get to make music, and I pretty much get to do whatever the hell I want. You know, I am living the dream.